Hi guys, my name is Christine and I'm a dating, relationship and personal development coach. Today I'm talking about attract women easily even if they are not into you. So if you want to know how to attract women very easily even if they're not into you, this video is for you. So if in the past you haven't been able to attract women, or perhaps there have been a lot of women who just haven't been into you, then obviously there is something within you that you may need to change. Okay, so you can become more attractive and more appealing to women, even those women that are not essentially necessarily straight away into you. Because it is true that attraction isn't a choice, and basically what that means is that if a woman is not attracted to you from the beginning, then it's very, very unlikely that her feelings are actually going to change, right? Because attraction is something that we all have inside of us. It's all individually tailored to us all. So you may walk into a room and be instantly drawn to certain women and not to other women, okay? And women are exactly the same. When they walk into a room, especially if she's single, there are going to be men that she's drawn to, that she finds appealing, and there are ones that she's just going to ignore or not give the time of day to. So this is all very much an individual thing that we have inside of us. But what I will say is that there are things that you can tweak in the way that you dress, the way that you carry yourself, the way that you communicate with women and people in general. If you communicate with confidence and being sure of yourself and things to that effect, then you can change how you are perceived by women the next time you are around them. Okay, so maybe if it was the old you going in, perhaps those women wouldn't have been attracted. But now you're a new version of yourself, a better version of yourself, a more improved version of yourself. You will be able to attract those women that may have not necessarily been attracted to you to begin with, or may not have been attracted to you if you'd stayed the same. So you need to get into practice of being the one you want to be, okay? I'll say that again. You've got to practice being the one you want to be. So if you want to be attractive to women, then you've got to feel it inside of yourself. It's got to be something that is your essence. You've got to feel like you are attracted and that you are attractive, to women. You don't have any trouble being attracted to them, or your trouble is being attractive to women. Okay, so you got to pretend that you are a man who is excellent at attracting women, and you have to practice feeling like that, because basically all this is fake it until you make it. But fake it until you make it works, okay, if you apply it. So if you pretend that you're confident and you keep on pretending that you're confident, with time you will naturally become confident, okay? But you've got to practice it. Okay, you got to practice this. You got to practice feeling successful. You got to practice pretending that you're Neo, that you're the one. And you know what? You might as well feel that way about yourself, because it's always better to feel like you're way better than what you are than to sheepishly have this sense of, I don't feel worthy, I'm not very good with women. It's better to believe that you're great with women than to believe that you're not, okay? It's always better to believe in more positive things about yourself than negative things about yourself. So you might as well just pretend and act as if you are the one you want to be, okay? And that's essentially what all of my teaching here on YouTube is all about, okay? It's all about changing how you see yourself and believing in yourself more when it comes to women, okay? And the way that you do this is just by pretending that you are the person you want to be. And obviously the person that you want to be is a guy that's extremely attractive to women. And you might as well carry yourself in that way, walk like that, dress like that, act like that. And then eventually you will just, with time and repetition and practice and a conscious effort on your part, you'll become that. Okay, but you have to put in the effort. You have to put into practice. You have to practice feeling this way when you walk into a social situation, even when you're on your own. You know, just practice feeling like you're excellent with women. And as within, so without, right? It's that classic saying. So here are some ways that you can also practice this as well. Is that you want to be the guy that everyone wants to be around. So not just women, but guys as well. So this is something that you want to adopt into your personality, so you become excellent at being around other people. so that women want to be around you, and your friend, you'll make more friends. You'll just be one of those people that everyone is just drawn to. It's basically like the alpha male energy, you could say, right? So how can you adopt this kind of energy? So one of the first things that you can focus on is to be fun. So when you're at work, when you're with your friends, when you're on a night out with your buddies, when you're doing all sorts of different things, when you're around other people, aim to be fun. Now, when you're at work, there's only so much you can do, because obviously you don't want to be having so much fun that you don't get your work done, and things to that effect. It's the same if you're at school. You don't want to become the class clown that always gets sent out and all that kind of thing. But it's about when people are talking to you, when you get a moment, and when you've got a moment to do this, be fun, make a joke, do fun things, have fun conversations. Have that essence of fun, and that you're there to have a great time. Even if you're at work, you can still bring an energy to it where you can get your work done, yeah, but you can still do it in an enjoyable way, and you can make other people's day more enjoyable as well by being in your presence, okay? So another thing that's going to really help with this is if you're positive. Now, if you've had, and what I mean by this is that you don't want to be bringing other people down by talking about negative things. Now, of course, it's okay to sometimes say if you're going through a struggle. Of course, it's okay. You shouldn't just keep things in. But if you're going through really big struggles, then I suggest that you get a therapist to talk about it, because, you've got to talk to a professional. There's no point you talking to women about really deep problems that you have, or even your friends or people that you go to work with, because they're not medical professionals. If you've got really big, deep issues, then you need to talk to a therapist about it. And even if you're not sure whether your issues are big or small, you should probably still talk to a therapist about it, so you can know, right? Is my issues medical, or is it just I'm just being a bit negative, okay? So you want to be positive, and basically, if you are going through a struggle, and that topic happens to come up in the discussion with your friends and with women, then you just want to put a positive twist on it. So you can talk about, so let's say, for example, you don't like your job, and you hate your job, you really like to leave. And so if that topic comes up, you can say, yeah, I don't really like the job that I am at right now, but I'm searching for other jobs, and, I'm learning some valuable skills along the way. So even though it's not really what I ideally want to do, I'm still learning, I'm still growing. And basically that's all you need to do. Just find a way that you can put a positive twist on it. And that will show that you're a more positive person. And that's way better, because even you're still expressing that you're not happy with your current circumstances, okay? But you're showing that it isn't diminishing you. But if you go into a conversation with anybody and you're talking about something negative, and you're showing and displaying that it's diminishing you by saying, this is the worst, I really want to get out of it, it's making me so miserable, it's making me depressed, it's, you're going to make them feel down. Whereas you may be actually really feeling these things, but again, they're not a medical professional. You shouldn't be trauma dumping, or whatever the popular term is it for now, onto other people. There's no point. What's the point in doing that? What's the point in unloading like that, okay, onto someone else, okay, who may not be emotionally ready for it, especially if you're feeling extra negative. So yes, you can express that you don't like what you're doing, or you don't like something that's happening in your life, but try and put a positive twist on it, to show that it's not diminishing you or destroying you or anything like that. So another way that you can be the guy that everybody wants to be around, and therefore you'll be more attractive to women and they'll want to spend more time with you, is to be encouraging to others as well. So if a woman can see that you're being nice to other people by encouraging them, so let's say she's listening in on a conversation. Let's take the example of a woman that you work with. Let's say she's just a few feet away from you, and you're talking to one of your friends, right, and they're telling you about this dream that they have. Be encouraging to other people. Encourage them. Say, yeah, you should go for it. You should totally do it. 100%, I believe in you. You go do that. If that's what you want to do with your life, you definitely go for it, buddy. That's what you got to say. And you want to be that way to everybody. So whenever anyone tells you about something that they want to do in this life, encourage them. And people need to be encouraged, because there's so many negative things out there, and they're getting sandbagged by pretty much everybody. A lot of people grow up in a situation where their parents don't actually believe in them, or they don't have friends that believe in them, they don't have colleagues that believe in them. So if you're seen showing to encourage others and lift them up and make them feel good and tell them to go for their dreams, then you're going to look way more attractive than all the other people there, okay? So that's basically what you want to be focusing on here, okay? And how you can attract women easily, even if they're not into you. Because even if they weren't into you before, if you practice this and you do this and you apply these things that I've said in this video, in fact, save this video so you can come back to it. If you do these things, I promise you, I guarantee that the women that weren't attracted to you will become more attracted to you. And the women who perhaps if you had never watched this video, weren't ever going to be attracted to you, they now will be more attracted to you. Now, of course, I'm not going to say that you'll be up to, that they'll want to date you, or they'll want to date you for a long period of time. It may be that you may only go only on one date, or maybe that they'll just be attracted to you in a way that they just want to spend more time with you and be around you more, but may not necessarily want to be your girlfriend. But there are going to be those women that you may not have landed at all, okay, that you will be able to land. And that's the experience that I had. There is no way that I would have attracted my wife and made her want to spend the rest of her life with me if I had still been the same person when I was 20 years old, okay? I met her when I was 25, and through a period of study and practice, I learned how to get better with women. And if I had stayed the same person before I had done that, and changed my personality and changed what I know and changed my communication skills and changed myself, there is no way that I would have landed her, because she often would tell me about the women that she used to date who were like super needy, and who she would reject straight away just from their needy behavior, even though she was attracted to them from the beginning, right? But they turned her off, okay? I was like that. I was displaying the same kind of behaviors that these people had done. So if my wife had met me a few years earlier, when I still didn't know these things, then she wouldn't have married me. She wouldn't have stayed with me. So you can change who you are, and you can attract women that may have been put off by you, may not have been attracted to you, may not have wanted to continue dating you, by changing who you are. And you can do that, okay? But remember what I said at the beginning of this video, you have to practice being the person you want to be. It's a practice. And you have to feel it. You have to go around and walk as if, act as if, okay? So thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to get in touch with me personally and you'd like coaching with me, then please go to www.christineloveridge.com, and I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye.